Good day, family. We just speaking about basically today about how to remain steadfast on your journey to making a 180. Changing direction in your life is not an easy thing to do. Overcoming addictive mentalities, becoming your own business owner, repairing relationships in your family, creating new ones, all pertain to elevation and growth of self. And I feel like I'd like to speak towards that, to share that sometimes with brothers that seem to be lacking information, sisters who may need to know, and children that really need the influence and guidance that a lot of us was lacking at an earlier age, so that we can grow more on a collective scale in general. I love that. Yeah, man. It's our brother G. So, a lot of things that we want to know, we don't really have the information to take the steps with it. I feel like that a lot of that, instead of blaming, pointing the finger a lot of the time, and that takes a lot of time of our time and efforts. And once we've identified the issue, bringing and delivering the information that's needed, to take the next further steps, instead of being stagnated by remaining on who's to blame or what's not happening. Let's spend more of our energy and time on taking steps towards to bring ourselves out of that situation every day. That's your daily habit. You know what I mean? A lot of us people, a lot of us blacks or descendants of Africans that's here in this land have remain in a state of I ain't doing nothing because of whatever reason. Well, that has transferred to us on the collective scale, and then along that collective scale, the people who have done just a little bit more seem to disconnect from those who aren't doing anything. And I think from the relatability aspect, from the people who distance themselves, who have acquired something, and the lack of information for the people who haven't or remain not doing that, that's just a lack of information on both parts. And the information needed can be delivered, and it's there for us. It's on us just to take the steps and have the efforts and discipline to implement them daily to bring ourselves out of those positions, which one could be more relatability and the other one could be more productivity. And those are not impossible. I feel like I've demonstrated that at times, and people around me have demonstrated that I do socialize with and or I feel endeared to and call my family and friends. So we want to encourage that, and by encouraging that, the best thing to do is encouraging behavior, is to demonstrate an example of that behavior, of the desired behavior. So it's on you, me, and everybody else to take up steps every day and work towards implementing the change you want to see. And that's the first step. And now to speak towards the first step of actually changing self into what you desire to be is a daily habit as well. It's a formula that you can employ by just designating and singling out what you do not desire to have within self and the characteristics of self, and which become your daily habits and actions. So to eliminate that out of self, you have to identify it with which may come off as self-destructive behavior. And if it's not empowering your health, empowering your relationships and your actions, and empowering your economic and life-sustaining capabilities, it's not for you. And systematically, you can take these things out of your life. You can extract them. Yet it takes you to just desire to do that and have the energy to put forth every day to remain steadfast on that journey, and to continuously have the will, because you can cultivate your will. You can cultivate your will and build the confidence of your will to make those decisions that you need. It's all levels and formulas to ascend into those steps. And we can talk about that more. Check us out on brothersonline.com. Also at Strictly Vegan Soulful Foods on Instagram, Brothers Online Instagram, and we get the Brothers Online Instagram is what?
Brothers Online.
Is all together as one.
All is one.
All together as one, as we are. Let's stay that way and continue to move that way. Eat to Live, Strictly Vegan Soulful Foods, Seeds Growing Families, and brothersonline.com. Check us out.